Hunter Christofferson. Good to see you. Welcome. Number first, Chris Mitchell, the Emperor, the Pizza Master galore. Still waiting on that how to make a pizza. Good to see Mr. Chris Mitchell, the Emperor. Check his channel out. AZ is back. Good to see AZ. Batman Beyond 6'4". Another Giga Chad. Good to see you, brother. We need to do, I caught your live stream, I don't know, it was a week ago. It was great. Check out Batman. Ghost Lachlan is back. BJ is back. Good afternoon to you, BJ. We got Singletown Bachelor making some videos about Tinder women. I do enjoy the highlight of the Delusion for 300 Trebek. Ed is back. How is Ed doing? Hang in there, brother. Suzanne Fleming from Florida is back in our stream. It's been a while, Suzanne. Hope you are well. I'm doing good. Just did a 7-mile bike ride. It was a little gassed out, but I made it. Matthias is back. I've only done, I did one Wednesday, yesterday, and today, and I thought this would be the very most important stream I've ever done. I'll get into it. Christopher Duran, like Duran, what's a cure for black eye? Geez, ice maybe? There's really not much you can do. You're just going to have to let it play out. Worse, actually, sunglasses. Raymond Gross is in the house. Good to see you. Rusty Rivers is back. I think Rusty was on True Blood's stream today. I can't remember. Batman, he's in the cab, delivering the goods that we need to stay alive. Good to see Batman doing well. JR is back. Shout out to JR. E is in the house. Good to see you. So let's get into this. I was listening to CJ Wilkins' channel. If you guys haven't subscribed, go subscribe to his stuff. Black guy that just, it's solid content. And in fact, everybody in this forum makes solid content. And if you don't have a channel, go ahead and make a channel. We need everybody's voice out there. Pop out to Pablo is back. Good to see Pablo. Polo 25. Red pill is light. Light pill is darkness. Probably one of the greatest sayings right there, guys. Red pill to me is reality. Blue pill is fantasy. I do enjoy those videos, Singletown. Good to see you as well. Christopher says, I'm interested in the topic for today. Thank you, brother Batman. Well, here's the deal. So CJ Wilkins did a video. It's 24 minutes long. And he basically said, he was talking to another brother and said, that bitch ain't yours. And it goes back to that whole topic of she's not yours, it's just your turn. Now, that's a very difficult theme to literally believe in. That's very difficult, knowing that you gave your heart and soul to your wife, you helped, you gave her 3 kids, she gave you 3 kids, you went through life, and she's not yours. It was just your turn. This is probably the most devastating topic, theme, benchmark that one has to jump through to realize a better life. This is extremely challenging, and most men will not believe that. Why? Because it basically says they have no power, they have no control. But the opposite is absolutely true. They have massive control once they grasp this concept. This is what happens. The investment, once you understand this and you see it, it doesn't take a degree in physics to look at all the divorces, all the breakups, my neighbors have broken up. They were with, one was with the gal for 7 years, one was with for 4 years, and they had a child back in high school 30 years ago that they gave up for adoption. They broke it off. Relationships have expiration dates. But if I would have known that she was just mine for a specific time frame, do you think I would have invested the emotional, mental, spiritual aspect of the relationship? No. I would have just said, you know what? I guess today we hung out again, and this is where it's at. But not knowing that she could leave at any time and change her mind, which is her prerogative, and men as well. Men do it less, but that is a cheat code to life. If you truly, truly grasp this, she's not yours. She changes her mind all the time. 98% of women are not recommended. There's emotional hurricanes all the time. If you truly understand this, are you going to invest in a woman going forward? Most likely not. AZ says it was my turn until she comes back and tries to give me another turn. Lost the last option for 300 Trebek. Well said, brother. Lisa Smith is back. Lisa and I did a collaboration a while back. It was well received. They are never ones, they are ours. Public property. Well, they're for the streets, right? Sound engineer is back. I'm not hers, it's just her turn. There you go. Sound engineer, a brother from the Eastern European bloc. Good to see you. Hope you're well, brother. Always has great comments. Rib Grunt is back. Cheers to you. Hunter Christofferson. Hey, Rad, I'm 21, never had a girlfriend because I never had the opportunity to meet. How do you do your own internal validation instead of having first girlfriend? Well, it's unfortunate that you haven't had a girlfriend. Today's modern women and modern young man today is extremely difficult. I would say the internal validation that you should be doing is making benchmarks in your life, getting out and visiting new countries. If you're into weightlifting, get to a point where you've made a maxed out weight push, hiked a mountain, made some good friends. Those are the validation points that you need. Basically, setting goals for your life. That's all you can do. A woman should never be your goal, right? Rad power is never stable. It's fluid. That's why the natural state of men is use men, even kill other men for poon. Oh, men are in prison because of poontang. Let's be real, right? Men are in prison because of a woman. I would say 80% of men are in prison, maybe more, because of a woman. Every day is better than the last one, but better than before, for sure. Thanks for what you do. It's life-saving. Well, good to have you. Always appreciate everybody in this chat, every comment, every experience, whether you're 19 or 99, right? So that's the deal. Once you truly, truly understand she's not yours, it's just your turn, you can literally, it's a huge weight off your life. There's no more pressure to make her love you. But then again, as AZ said, you should be her turn. Unfortunately, this is the modern day world we live in. There's no such thing as till death do your part. That's the biggest scam out there. Silver Surf Studios in the house. Good to see you, Christopher. Well, it's Christos. Delos, work on you, not any woman. Great advice there, folks. Work on yourself. That is the best return on investment. Very true. No way I would invest on a woman as much as I did with mother and my daughter. I've learned the lesson. Well, I think we all did. I think we all did. I'm glad I did what I did. If I didn't have done what I've done, I would not be sitting here chatting with you folks. Monk mode has changed my life for the better. The best is yet to come. And when you do monk mode, here's the thing. A lot of guys say, I'm going monk. I can't stand with women. That's fine. I get it. But when you do monk mode for you, that's even powerful than doing it because you don't want to be around women. It's for you, right? Let that sink in. Robert A's back in the house. Good to see you, brother. Our New Yorker living in Texas. The best is yet to come for all of us, says Batman. I would agree with that statement, guys. They will get your ass locked up, says Risty Rivers. Women are notorious for getting men in trouble. She's not that great to be around anyways, is a great form. Internal validation, it took me 44 years to understand that point, 45 years. Now, I always was internally validated. I've always felt confident in my life. I didn't feel confident when my marriage was falling apart. And we got to a point where we didn't like each other. We were going in different directions. We were just parents at that point. But if I would have known what I know now, but I'm glad about my life. I'm glad for what I've been through and the gift I have of being where I'm at today. I love women briefly, intermittently, and mostly at a distance. I have learned life is suffering, but the presence of most of these folks is Chinese torture. One drop on water and time. Well said, brother. Carl's back, pooping while standing. Hey, Rad, keep up the streams. More men need to hear this. Yeah, Carl's been through it, right? Luckily, he got out with no kids. Made an 11-year commitment to marriage, financial, emotional, and everything in between. Woke up one morning, she was gone. Silver Surf Studio, you are not alone, my man. Regardless if she's gone physically, she was gone emotionally and mentally, probably for 3 to 4 years before that. Mata, why y'all hate women? Who said we hated women? What kind of statement is that? I'll let you in my comments, but hey, when you come out and make a blanket statement like that, that's wacko. I love women. I understand women. I navigate life accordingly. Watch my other videos. There's no hate for them, except feminists. No, it's never happened. I was married for 7 years and left my kids to her. It was skewed, even her in Denmark. Well, it happens everywhere, even our Danish brothers, our English brothers, our Filipino brothers. Right? FJT back. She's not yours. It's your turn. Giga Chad Rad is laying it down to Chinatown. Welcome to the channel, or our in-house Ultra Giga Chad, completely gym maxed, chin maxed, you name it. FJT. Check out FJT's channel. Black pill on steroids. Will women vote for more socialism when they default on their student loan debt? Of course. Credit card mortgage, but will women cope now that they are not? I agree. You're going to see more of it. It's just hive mind. It's that they're looking for a parachute. A woman is only what you allow her to be. Well, I think there's truth to that. D-Man 50 in the house, laying it down to Chinatown. We understand women and navigate life accordingly. Talk to me. Have you been through a divorce court? Have you been with domestic violators? Have you had false alligators against you? Have you had the popo show up? Do you have 3 children or 4 children who are alienated against you? Have you spent over 6 figures defending yourself? Then we talk. That's the issue I have with some of these guys. They haven't been through shit. We always welcome everybody. We don't hate anyone, right? We don't hate anyone. Carl says, women understand other women and they hate each other. Al Bundy. You know, it's funny. Everybody says a red pill guy hates women. I don't hate women. I think women are beautiful. I understand them. I understand our brains are different. If a man believes that women and we have the same brain, that dude's tweaked. Let's be real. They can't see the end game, says Single Town Bachelor. I don't hate great white shorts. I just don't want to jump in the water with them, says Rusty Rivers. Well said. Well said. We don't hate them. They're there for a purpose. We just will not swim with sharks, AKA modern day women. I do like your content. However, there has to be a level of accountability too. Saying 80% of men are in prison because of women is just ridiculous. They are there for actions not. I would agree with that realist vision. But the catalyst could be a woman. The choice that they made is their own, and accountability is absolutely 100%. Well said. Bolo is back. Good to see Bolo. No boyos monkhood should be for us, defined by the individual man for his personal agenda. Rebel against defeat. You lose when I lost. Oh, yes, I love women, but I like them only in my fashion. Again, we are pilots of our plane. We choose to fly it with whom we want to fly it with. If it's nobody, great. If it's a chimpanzee, great. If it's a woman, great. This is the issue that people have. They believe that this understanding makes them into, like, you have to go down a certain corridor. You don't. You fly your plane as the captain, as the owner, and you decide where you go, when you go, and with who. You nailed it, Rad. Why do some guys get treated like kings while a lot of y'all who understand them don't? You got to explain yourself more. Hey, Rad, any methods about how to get up early? I struggle with waking up early to start my goals. I am currently working one job and one to pick up. Just, you know what? If it takes you, if you get up at 8 o'clock, tomorrow get up at 7:45. Do that for a couple days and start at 7:30. Just slowly work down. That's what I would say. Sharks are deadly. I wouldn't be messing around with them. Sub out to FJT. Thanks, D-Man, for putting that up. Is confirmed bachelor now an outdated title? I grew up with men in my extended family who claimed they were confirmed bachelors. That's probably old school, Lisa. Carl says, spend 2 days in family court. Spend 29 months in family court. Then let's talk. No, because I don't deal with any shit. I don't know what that means. Shit women? Well, good. You know, maybe you found the fountain of youth, right? There's always an exception to the rule, Mata. Tell me where you're from. Brad, did you see the video of Sana Marin, Finnish Prime Minister? I did. Married woman with a kid getting her neck kissed in a nightclub. Now, she'll get out of it somehow, but I don't think that's very good for the people of Finland seeing their commander-in-chief doing that, right? Well, Imada, look, it's absolutely men need to take accountability for what they choose in life. There's some heavy hitting content creators in the chat. Salute to all of you as well. Check out FJT's voicemails from women all around the world. He too was right, but was simp enough to stay married. What a BS character. You got it. Old Man Odin is back. Check out Singletown Bachelor's channel as well. I got a shout out to Mata here. You need game. You just need game. You know what? If it works for you, good. We don't hate, not theory. I'm not giving any theory. I'm giving experience. I don't play the game anymore because the game, it's not important to me. But some guys need it. They need help to be able to talk to women. Check out Rib Grunt's channel, BPOS, MGTOW, RPOS's channel. John Boston, the legendary John Boston, is in the chat. Good to see John. Yeah, ask John Mata about family court. Rib Grunt, operate on facts and not feelings. Absolutely. Now, she's not yours, it's just your turn, is a cheat code. Learning, really understanding that, get it through your mind. Then you don't have the emotional, financial, physical. Why would you spend $10,000 if you knew it's just your turn right now? You wouldn't. You'd make better decisions. Lisa Smith, I don't believe most people do know what a confirmed bachelor, like married people wanting open relationships. Words, terms, and beliefs don't mean the same thing anymore. I would agree with that statement. I would agree. Mile High Ronan is back. Good to see you. Rad, just saw the ex. It was with my kids today. I want to say to her, you women think you are always women there. You know, once you hit over 50, it's tough for women. It's tough for women today. I hate blue pillars. I understand them, but they definitely are not helping the situation. No, guys, you need to hold frame, get your money tight, get muscles in a hot car. Mm-hmm. Yep. Well said, AZ. The fact you say you need game tells us how easily misled you women can be, and then go on TikTok to claim you're a victim. Fat acceptance for 300 Trebek. I've been really into the fat phobia videos. You think the women on TikTok are delusional? Look at the fat acceptance and fat phobia TikTok videos. Wow. John Boston says, I've got more people out of family court versus seeing people through an entire court case. Men stay out of court at all costs. That right there, guys, is probably the most important piece of advice I would give anyone. Stay the F out of courts, especially family courts. You know how you avoid family courts? No marriage and no cohabitation and no kids. Simple as that. It's not like it was in 1986 when I got married. It's not like it was in 1969 when my parents got married. Frame ends when a false alligator is, filed. Frame ends. It is what it is. I let people do what they want, but I'm just giving you experience. Some of these content creators that are young, they're big. They've never been married. They don't have kids. They've never been through the court system. They've never done these things and said, hey, and I'm warning guys, I'm not anti-marriage. I don't believe it is recommended anymore in my life or the lives around me. I don't even want my boys getting married. The risks are too high. The risks are too high. Now, hanging out, having some short-term flings, wonderful. Those also have risks and rewards. Be very, very vigilant. And yes, accountability is massively important. Men that choose women that they don't vet, that they invest everything into, that leave them, made the decision to get with that woman. Because the power of the female genitals and the femininity and the sweet talk overrides every piece of logic to vet them out. Right? Jokes aside, it's funny how much RP coaches will go to enslaved men to get back to the sycophancy for Poon. Thank you, Rilla, for being a walking contradiction. I read Rational Mail. There's some decent things in it, but again, we have to look at the messenger versus the message, right? Is the message of important versus the messenger? Well, he wrote the book as a married man in a different time when game and frame was completely different than it is today. So, people ask me all the time, what do you think about Rollo, Richard Cooper, and, those guys, and Anthony Dream Johnson? Hey, everyone's got a piece of intelligence. I've seen videos of Richard Cooper. Would I hang out with him? Probably not. But there are some videos that he's done that I think are spot on. There's also some videos I don't agree with. There are people that don't agree with me. Great, so be it. We're here to share experiences. And when you start charging people asinine amounts of money to listen to experience, it's ridiculous because everyone's experience is different. We are just saying it's probably not a good idea to think that this woman is yours forever, that the wife that you married is yours. If you could rethink that and say, it's just my turn, I'll take a day at a time, a minute at a time, I'm not going to invest, your life is going to be that much better. It's as simple as that. Other than children, there's nothing a woman that can bring a man. A woman can bring a man. Cristiano Ronaldo had the right take and just got a surrogate, even though he later married. I don't think he got married, but I could be wrong. But you're absolutely right. The dating roaches. That's funny. Hey, friends. Got to run. Take care. Good to see you, Lisa. Hemi's back. Good to see Hemi. AZ says the power of our lives is rebelling against defeat by chasing excellence and keep moving because it's just your turn. And it's your turn right now to live your life to the fullest. Think about that. Change it from she's not yours, it's just your turn, to now it's my turn. Now I get to decide where I fly that plane. Now I get to decide what's important for me. I want to go and climb this mountain. And a mountain can be anything. It's a metaphor. I want to go do this. I want to see this world. Guys, get your passports. Go travel. Go see the world. Go hike. Go do the things that push you. But understand the world by navigating how women are. I am not monetized, never will be. And if anybody sees a video that an advertisement on my YouTube, like a short video that I've done, and it's monetized, I never did it. YouTube is using my content to get advertising. Sloan, we as wealthy fit men are going overseas. We are completely done with Western women. A lot of guys ask me that. Are they better overseas? They probably haven't caught up to Western thinking, but they still deal with female nature. Now, in Philippines, I believe it's against the law to get divorced. But you also have to take care of their family. So there's always going to be pluses and negatives. I tell guys, and I'm going to agree with Coach Greg Adams, if you want kids, go have them in Dominican Republic or Colombia and leave them there and travel 3 or 4 times a year to see them. You'll have more opportunity seeing your kids than in the States. Okay, and we got FJT. People are programmed to say you hate women. If I have a little critique, men are programmed to be disposable. The Matrix and NPCs are here to stay. Keep doing your thing. I appreciate it. It's funny. We just understand this, and now we're haters. It's the classic Skittles defense. Just if you're not along the agenda of the majority, then you're a bigot, you're a hater, you're a fascist, you're this, you're that. You can't win. But yet when they say they hate men, there's no pushback. But well said, FJT. Raymond Gross, after 23 years of marriage, I'm ready just to live for me. Exactly. Once you get over that initial, when you leave that marital house and when you realize that chapter ended, you have to decide, am I going to allow what happened to me taint the world ahead of me? I mean, you're going to bring things over, but you're also going to be wiser. And the wiser says, I did it for 23 years. Getting married again does not seem right. You're going to take on additional kids, additional baggage. You're going to get the same girl with a different haircut and a different name. Have you seen my take on Cuck Murphy? I haven't. I'll have to check that out, Singletown. Passport and leave the Western women to suffer if you still want to chase women, says Rib Grunt. Here's the deal. If you ever go to a foreign country 3 men I know I got married to Thai women. All 3 of them are there. There you go. Ask John. If you go to a foreign country for the purpose of slaying peace leave, I would not do any dating apps. I would not do any online stuff. If you're staying in an area where there's other foreigners, hook up with a foreigner. These women, a foreigner being a traveling foreigner as well. These women that are there, that are on Colombian Cupid, Latin Cupid, whatever, Tinder, they are waiting for you. You are just another pawn in their game. They know exactly how to get men, and that guys are deleted because of that. They're robbed. They are raped. I mean, you name it. Stay away from those dating apps because it doesn't, unless you meet them in public, like at a library in Guadalajara or a museum in Guadalajara. But do not do any of that dating app. I'm telling you, it is not good. These women are notorious for getting lots of Westerners, and a lot of them have issues, and they're also got some itchy scratchies. So hang in there. Rad, I think you're deserving of every cent, but appreciate you being here for the brothers. Is JR. I'm always here. I always check all your streams out too. And sometimes I'll comment, sometimes I won't. But I love to hear everyone's take on life. You still have a target on your back. Well said, Rib. God bless you. Just got my Rebel Against Defeat t-shirt in the mail and my Chase Excellent decoder. Boy, take cool. Good for you. Good for you. All I want, people say, hey, I want to donate. Well, take that money that you would have given and go make yourself better. That's actually more valuable to me than seeing up. You know what the most valuable thing? Hey, and when I get emails and people say, I watched your video, I completely understand. I went through it. I was on a downward spiral and your video popped up. For me, it was Big John. It was Barbarossa. It was Paul Proteus. It was Sandman. And even Richard Cooper had some things back then. But the whole content and the whole experiences of other men said to me, man, I'm not alone. I tried everything. I'm not alone. I wasn't perfect. I never said I was perfect. I could have been a better husband. I could have done a lot of things different. But the issue is understanding reality going through what I went through. And I'm so glad that we're here to share, and regardless of your age. We got guys that are monk. We got guys that have short-term flings. We have guys that like dolls. Whatever brings peace, quiet, and freedom is what we're about. Hold on. Well, you can marry a 300-pound woman this time, like riding a moped. They're fun to ride, but you don't want your friends to see you on them. Different girl, different haircut, same stress, Raymond Gross. That's what I say. There's a 1 to 2% of decent women out there. 30 years ago, I would have said 40 to 50%. Don't bring your yellow fever chick back to the West. It'll turn into green fever. Rusty Rivers laying it down to Chinatown. I have Wegman's game for meeting women. Even my foreign homies say their girls still lie, cheat, and play games. FJT. And FJT, he's got some good-looking gals all over the world that would lay down with him and scratch his back. Listen to his video. Listen to the women that call him. He records the voicemails. I mean, this is like legit field work. These women are nuts. Right? Solid advice right on dating apps and foreign gals. I am John. Good to see you. I am John. Well, that's the deal, guys. Don't get with them. I mean, I'm telling you, you want to have problems? Meet a girl in Mexico on Tinder. So what should we do when we urge sex from a woman new to this channel? Says Raphael Beto. Do you have a woman in mind? I'm not a libido coach. I understand the 20-year-old, 21, 22, 19, 18 hormones. We still have them even up to 50, 60, 70. You have to figure out a way to keep yourself out of trouble. Am I against escorts and paying for it? No. Especially for men that haven't had it. I would say go to an area of the world where it is safe to do that, such as Amsterdam or Vegas. But be very, very careful there as well. You may not believe it, but I'm going to write an essay on you. I want to write a Chasing Excellent Companion. No, that'd be great. We'll showcase it, AZ. Rev's back. My favorite Foreigner song is Jukebox Hero. Has absolutely nothing to do with discussion, just a random Rev. Jukebox Hero. That was a great song. We just went to Black Crowes the other night. Never saw Black Crowes, but man, they put on a show. Those Robinson brothers, if you guys can catch Black Crowes, check them out. Good to have you, Rev. It was truly amazing to see how Portugal women acted compared to American, but I still consider them in the same at the core. Well, they still have a female brain and we have a male brain. Do you have, see, people ask, do you have a better chance? You probably have a better chance of having a foreign woman if you were in her foreign country than bringing her back here. But you're still dealing, as Carl says, with female nature. It's just a different flavor of it. I'll say it again. It's just a different flavor. You'll still have the same headaches and techniques. You might find a woman that completely was bred and grown up to literally worship her man. I do believe they're out there. They're very rare to find. If you do find them, let us study that person as a specimen of ultimate unicorn nation. D-Man 57 out to Rev's channel. Check out Rev's channel. He's got some really good snippets of solid wisdom. Standing in the Rain, Reverend. Lunatic Fringe by Red Rider. This guy is he's going back to the 70s for 300 Trebek. I remember that band. Cope, you obviously never been overseas. Why y'all complain about women? I'm going, dude, I've been overseas. You seen any of my videos? Never been to Europe, though. But Central and South America, Canada. Jason Fields, Cope. Explain yourself more and let me know where you're from. She's a predator, always on the prowl for a bigger meal, says T-Tox Elback. Good to see T-Tox. Hope you're doing well, brother. Here's a man going his own way, going through what he did last December. Was it December? Having that surgery. He ain't complaining. He's off living his life. And that surgery was pretty, but T-Tox is definitely doing well. Women were abducted and taken away after conquest. That is how she adapted. She never belonged to our ancestors, neither to us, says Betty Sal. I would agree with that statement. I literally believe it goes back to the caveman days when the man that was out slaying buffalo was gone for 3 weeks. She had to fend off all of the other barbarians, the women that were competing for her food as well. I mean, I think it's biological nature. All the haters coming out. Let them come out. But if you're going to hate on and tell me that if you're going to make a blanket statement, just go ahead. We can agree to disagree, but put some foundation behind it. Put some status behind it. If you say I hate women, well, you have to back that up. That's more of a beta male. That's what a typical female would respond. That I hate women. I get it all the time. But tell me how I hate them. After truly know a woman until you divorce that woman. Again, if you haven't been through the courts, if you haven't been through a breakup, there's really nothing you can do. That's true, Rad. I've had overseas girl pay for plane ticket to come F with me, literally. There you go. Ask, you know what, Jason and Mata, ask FJT about his foreign women. Well, good for you going overseas. Now, are you with that woman today? MZ, Proverbs 25:24. It's better to live alone in the corner of an attic can with a quarrelsome wife and a lovely home than a quarrelsome wife and a lovely home. I think that's what she meant. Yeah, I read that scripture. I wouldn't mind going to Denmark, but the women are probably 6'4". But if I go, we're hanging out. Chilliwack gone. Chilliwack gone. She's been gone so long. John Boston. There you go. You never truly know a woman until you get divorced. Well, if that's not the truth, that is the damn truth. I was married to a woman almost 20 years, and I didn't know who she was. till that day. I'm doing pretty well, walking decently. Thanks for all the love, my brothers. Good for you, man. I don't think it's ever stopped anyone. I don't think it's ever stopped anyone. Women was made a prize by our ancestors. Now she had made herself a prize. Well, we need women in life. It's simple as that. Women carry the vessels, or they're the vessels of the future generations. There's a lot of positive things about women, but we have to understand when it comes to relationships and the modern day woman versus the modern day man. Is it worth it to get married, cohabitate, or have kids? I would say it's not recommended. Pooping while standing, I agree. I am no baloney police in the end. They all ultimately just walking blank dumpsters until they have become preggers. I love women, but they have a destructive agenda. A lot of them, again, accountability for 300 Trebek. Show us how it's done. Rad doesn't hate women. He's only educating us about their nature. Well, guys, I have 3 daughters. I have a daughter. My oldest is a daughter. I have an ex-wife. I have a mother. I have 3 sisters. I have lots of neighbors. I work with tons of women. You got to understand them. And so you decide how you play with them or how you integrate and navigate. Rather, the core of why men are saying no is becoming more and more prevalent in the mainstream. Abin preached, Tim Pool, the quartering. Women are getting nervous and winter is coming. Yeah, but I also think delusion is like there as well. New. Let's see, because if you took the black pill, you would understand that all men and women need to be happy in facts. All men need women to be happy. Explain yourself there a little more. Not a black pillar. Again, if you're black pill and it brings you peace, quiet, and freedom, go for it. KTRK Radio, oldest trap in the books. It's sad, but that's how it goes. Good to have you, KTRK. What would you suggest for someone beginning monk mode and getting heavy critique from family and friends? Tommy, I would say do what brings you peace, quiet, and freedom, and just let the noise go by its wayside. If they ask you, how come you're not married? Say, I haven't found the right 1% to 2%. Average height in Denmark is 170. Damn. It's easy for some mother effers to talk shite when they think they're ice skating uphill. Well, there's a lot of guys that find this great gal, and she's only great for 3 weeks. New troll accounts with no subs and 0 content, says D-Man. Hey, you know what? Well, again, if you're going to come on my channel and throw out stuff, back it up. I can disagree to agree and agree to disagree. I don't care. I met a girl from online dating last night. She had it all going on, twice the size she looks in her pics. Cat litter tray and kitchen, then she offered me the box wine. Jeremy Bailey from the UK driving around in his muscle car. Well, guess what? That is the classic dating profile and dating woman. I remember going 6 years ago, met this gal, and she did not look like her pictures. I actually talked to her on the phone. I go, you look like your pictures? She's like, yeah. No, she was like 40 pounds overweight. Gravity had taken over. Just disgusting. I spent like 30 minutes and I was done. Happens to us all, brother. Only great for 3 weeks is most romantic relationships. And guys, dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin are not meant to be permanent. If they were meant to be permanent, there'd be no depression and anxiety based on video games and pornography and you name it. Dopamine, literally, we have to go on dopamine fasts. I've been learning more about that, but dopamine is a chemical that wears off. You need more and more and more of it to have the dopamine be at that level. It's pretty difficult to get. And after 3 weeks, you already know everything about each other. Remember that first week when you're calling each other and talking on the phone or seeing each other and you're talking about everything. And then all of a sudden it starts to slowly die down because it's like, you know everything. Women love mysterious men. So the less you divulge, the better. There's a trip. There's my dating coach tip. Be extremely mysterious. Say nothing about who you are. Let them try to figure out. That is what's going to keep her dopamine sky high. It's the men that come in and they show up and throw up. It's classic saying in sales when you get a prospect in front of you and you show up and throw up and they don't buy from you. It's because you said too damn much. That's what happens. Most men basically sell themselves out of relationships with women because they don't know how to keep the conversation apparent and mysterious. Mystery in the sense that don't divulge very little. You don't eat the whole candy bar in one bite. Cut them off if they do not respect you, says single town bachelor. I'm sorry, boy, but these folks are all good until they decide to go to bed and blame it all on you. Remember, the bait and switch, it's a matter of when, is real. 100%. FJT says there's some new groupies in the chat. We're doing something right, Rad. Apparently, according to some of the content creators, once you start getting haters, you start getting visibility. So it's probably a good thing. Have you watched the She-Hulk preview, says Betty Saab? Yes. And I think I'm not watching it. I used to walk my pup with a few women in the neighborhood who also have dogs. Each one showed their negative female nature, so now I just wave at them. That's got to be a trip. Do they have a box wine drink in one of their little tumblers that they walk around with? If we all hate women so much, why haven't we all aired out our ex's meat suit? Well said, Emperor. Be Free Asia says, hi, Rad, what is the best skill to have to be successful in sales? The best the best skill is to be confident and know when to walk away. Know to say no. Most sales guys that aren't good give away the house. They'll say, oh, hey, I'm your buddy. Again, it works in sales as too. The more you're mysterious, the more you keep the cards close to your chest, the more you win. And when you pull it away from them, they go nuts. I always say, if I got a deal, I'm working on a deal right now in Texas, and I've said a couple times, you know what, we're not for you. You know what they do? They come literally 3 times bulldozing saying, we have the right software solution for them. And I pull it away. I just use psychology. If they're not ready to move on my time frame and do the things that we need to do to get the proposal done, I say it all the time. I'll pull that proposal. You know what? We're just not good for you. This isn't going to work. You might want to go with one of our competitors. The moment you detach from that, they go nuts. Same thing in relationships. Polo 25, solo single life isn't valued till it's gone via marriage and relationships now. You know how much you can do as a solo person versus a married person? You got a whole world in front of you. Rad, did you see Fresh and Fit's Forsyth video on a Karen neighbor who called the cops on him for him not helping her? Cops say she's done this. He's looking at legal action. I hope he goes after her. They get away with too much because they have breasts and a vagina. Let's be real. I always say this. If you're in a discussion with like an ultra liberal feminist, just say this. Hey, we're equal, right? And they say, yes, we're equal. I say, well, Joe Biden is the most liberal president we've ever had, but he has no women protecting him in the Secret Service. That's weird, don't you think? See what they say. That's my latest. And when they get on the climate thing about cars and electrical cars, they say, that's very interesting. But coal you have to power electrical plants through coal or nuclear. Typically in the US, it's coal. And then say, how come Joe Biden's motorcade isn't electric? Shouldn't he set the example? Those are the 2 things I use. Just a few more days before I get on to get my next suspension. We're all on that boat. Billy the Goat's back. I love F and F stuff. I don't really watch them. I feel like a lot of it's the same. You complain about women and the laws, then let's go overseas where we have power. No diss, dude. You're obviously not a Chad. Take the black pill, go overseas for high quality women, correct? Well, Jason, I haven't had any problem with ladies, but I wouldn't get married, even overseas. Again, I gave you a theory based on something that another content creator said, and I thought that could work. The Kitty Cat Box Wine Club for 300 Trebek. Just left a 5-year relationship. As of yesterday, she tried to gaslight me and bend reality. She got caught in a giant lie and still wouldn't admit to blatant evidence. They ain't loyal. No. She's not yours. It's just your turn. They're stuck in the matrix, and there they will remain until they wake up. They are stuck in the matrix. Thank you. Be free. isn't insane what it takes to get the negative light on a. Check out Billy the Goat's channel as well. Thanks, D-Man. Electric vehicles might work in nations like Singapore. Have an electric vehicle in Utah when it's 20 degrees, and you tell me how much you're going to get 3 miles out of that charge. Those guys are grifters, in my opinion. He's a 50-year-old in El Paso who's married but red pilled and pooping while standing. Don't know much about that. Yeah. D-Man 50, sub out to Chris's channel. Where is the lady to Jason? I would think Jason would be out with his lady right now. John Boston says, watch the episode of Seinfeld where George is the bad boy. I remember that. Remember me standing by the car with his Letterman's jacket? Oh, that's funny. Rad, I've heard only Chad can slay peace leave. That's the ball that says like you can't get me. Apparently. It's simple as that. Well said, Rev. Matt Downer's in the house. Good to see you. Yeah, check out Billy the Goat's channel, Rev's channel, FJT, Chris Mitchell's Singletown Bachelor. If I Ghost Shura, Ghost Lachlan. I know I'm missing a couple. Joe Biden has had 150 vacation days so far this year. Bald Max. Guys, I'm bald maxing. Let's see. We got Matt Downer. I vowed to myself that no woman will ever touch me. I'll stay that way. Peace, quiet, and freedom. I moved from India to France to marry this woman. 6 years left my fam job. She's divorcing, saying we're not compatible. She wants to party, spend on expensive blank for the future. She has plenty of single mothers as best friends. There you go. You are who you hang out with. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Goshura says, what up? Good to see you. I don't argue and debate with women. Whoever they are, red flags or not, they all plain as if they are darlings, but will never be accountable. Accountability is a very difficult thing for women. 98% that is. It's a lot easier jumping on than it is jumping off. Teddy Boy Smith from the UK. Good to see you. I'm not too worried. Again, I'll talk to anyone. You want to call me a hater, you got to back it up. You know, show me the money. Show me the receipts. I'd like to smear Biden on my Charmin. Post-wall hags, right? Betty says, I left India. Job, family, stability to marry an American woman. Now I have nothing. You got to just chill. Ishi says, I'm 38, no kids, never married. Your message. Be careful. We're just letting guys know that they can have just understanding life. Simple as that. Not a troll, just realistic, says Jason Fields. Well, we appreciate you being here, but you got to put your foundation with stones, not sticks. When you go girlfriend, wife, get with single women, divorced women. They are certain to influence her negativity. My ex hung out with a bunch of divorced nurses, and guess what? New Hampshire, Maine, winter climate won't work for electric cars. No, they won't. No, they won't. Dropping one for brother D-Man. Check out D-Man's channel. Yeah, D-Man's been consistent. Same with Hemi and JR throughout the manosphere. Matt Downer as well. They will love us for our money. Jason, how old are you and where are you from? Black is everything. So if everything, what's next? I know the black pill intimately, but I'd rather chase it. Again, if you tie into anything, you're just giving your power away. Right? Just seek peace, quiet, and freedom, and don't label it. Nihilism. Well said. Richard Alvis, learned my lesson with women. Happy now I'm single, free to move my own thing and go my own way. We learn from each other. I'm 38, no kids, never married. I make 80K. Your message isn't in vain. Barbershops, the gym, I try. Travel and make your life better. If she ain't giving the booty, then she ain't getting no attention. A lot of simps out there that were waiting for their chance. Rad, my girls convinced me to take them to see Stevie Nicks. I can't believe I'm going to see her. Fleetwood Mac. She can still sing. Should be streaming later tonight. All right, brother. AKS is back. Check out AKS's channel. What is that Chad and Coke shit? Then don't pussy out and don't let your mouth right. Check. Yeah, let him explain himself. Dated a girl from Brazil, strong father figure, and it went south due to Western nonsense. The Go International argument is a farce. Again, you're still dealing with female nature, right, brother? ITR? Maybe Rusty and I will fill for Brandon and a Manly next Sunday if he wants to. I think I caught that, what, today? Chris got a strike for what reason? Because he said the truth. You're right. If you walk into the BMW dealer, he doesn't try to sell you too hard. The BMW brand sells itself. If you were selling cars, you'd say, you know what? This car just doesn't fit you. See what happens. Women want attention. It's like a drug addict who needs their next hit. Truth. Well said, AKS. Talk shite and get hit. Our wallets are business. No free lunches either, okay? Sub out to AKS's channel right here. Thanks, D-Man. They say with women, you're going to get old. I always answer, how about some money and books and traveling? You got it. Chris Mitchell laying it down in Chinatown. Guys, it's been a good stream. Remember, she's not yours. It's just your turn. Learn that, understand it, and have a great life. The stupidest thing you could ever say when it came to the vaccine mandate, so I got a medical misinformation straight. Men are portrayed in the media as cheats, liars, and trustworthy, but women are the real culprits. Yeah. There's definitely a double standard. It's as simple as that. Rad says, Rad called it a lot of guys online calling themselves black pill give women so much power. Yeah, what if well said, FJT. When you begin to label women as horrible, you're still giving them power. Just understand them. I shared this message with youngsters at the gym and barbershops. The peace league was too powerful, never fails. Here they come. I got my girl pregnant. The woman has they're beautiful. We love the vagina. We love the breast, the femininity, the curves, the sweet talk. But there's also a price to pay. You guys have been good. Let's see who we got. Mass gaining guy watching from Memphis. I remember you, brother, from Memphis, Tennessee. Women also have become so much bigger. I go out and see good-looking dudes married to cows. A lone samurai will tell you I have renounced my love of women. There you go. Unbelievable. I'm still amazed at those who think Facebook, YouTube, Twitter is still a platform of free speech. It's not. You guys have been great. Rebel against defeat, chase excellence, masculinity, and men first.